What's up, everybody? Back again. The merge is upon us. Will everything be okay? Tune in to find out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Go on Twitter and retweet the tweet where I said we're going live. We're gonna open up the show just talking about the merge. Talking about what's happening. What does it mean for Maximus? What does it mean for the minting? And then we'll probably maybe just do some late night coding to close out the video. What an exciting time we're here for this moment. How does everyone feel about the merge? What do you guys think about it? Kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, to be honest. Not gonna lie. I get this weird feeling in my stomach about the merge. It just seems kind of like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And like, when has there ever been a problem due to the ETH miners? I don't think there's ever been a problem. They say it's to save the environment, but okay, now that energy is just going to be used for something else. So it's like, is it really for that, or is it just so that they can command more power? It's probably that. Let's tweet this out. I've now. Let's find a merge. I wonder what Vitalik's doing right now. Subtitles. Can you not hear me? Is this sound too loud? Let's see what these other music loops are. Where do we find the... Let's share our screen real quick. When merge? On the verge of the merge. When merge, Ethereum merges from proof of work to proof of stake. Countdown to the event of the year and prepare yourself with educational resources from Block Native. We are on the verge of the merge, happening in 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 20 seconds. It is looming. Current block 155.36610. Says the merge will happen when a terminal total difficulty of 5875.000000000000000 is reached. The merge date and time can only be predicted based on the current and past network hash rate. There's no way to know exactly when the merge will take place. Its hash rate is constantly changing and is 100% dependent on how many active miners are currently on the network. Therefore, this time step changes as miners both join and leave the Ethereum network, which affects this hash rate. TTD is the total cumulative difficulty threshold required of the final block mined on Ethereum. When TTD is reached or exceeded, the final block will be mined, and then proof of stake will take over block production. If you're planning to operate as a validator, connect to Block Native's MEV Boost Relay and Monitoring API. I wonder what that is. So I guess, the big question is, what is going to happen? And from everything I read, nothing. It really only applies to the consensus layer. It is supposed to not apply to the EVM layer, or where you interact with contracts. But who the fuck knows, to be honest. Daniel Gorza says, I'm glad the merge is coming out before Pulse Chain so people can see it. Won't help to have lower fees till Pulse Chain launch. Yeah, I mean, the fees have nothing to do with the consensus mechanism. The fees purely have to do with supply and demand of blocks. So, for example, in ETH, there is a block every 10 seconds, and the block can fit. What's the Ethereum block limit? Let's look it up. Let's be exact here. I think 40 million gas. ETH block gas limit. Let's find an exact number. Let's find a history. ETH block gas limit history. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. Ethereum launches with a block gas limit of 5,000. A single end stake wouldn't have even fit. Increased to 21,000 on August 7th. Increased to 3.141592. It increased to 47. It decreased to 1 million in response to network DDoS attacks, and then it increased back up later that day. It decreased to 500,000 as hard fork is prepared to fix the calls that are underpriced. It's 2016. And then it increased to 2 million after hard fork and stability. So it looks like they've toggled it as like a way to kind of operate the network, and just, if things are going on, they change stuff. 2016, 3.3 million, increased to 4 million as a final recovery move back prior attack days. It increased again to 4.7 million, then 6.7 million. Peak bull market of 2017, it increased to 8 million. And then September 14th of 2019, it increased to 10 million. Then in July 24th of 2020, it increased to 12 million, and then further increased to 12.5 million. And then in April of 2021, it increased to 15 million. That can't be it. It's higher than that, right? Let's see. Well, here, let's think about this. So when it's 12 million, let's go to hexnoob.com. /NSTake calculator. So this right here was the gas calculation before the EIP 2929 of last year. So before that, I think 2310 over 3, it was about 770. So 5555 times 777. So way back when Hex launched, so at this time, it was actually around here. Even then, only 2 max length stakes could fit. But during the time when Hex was being developed, which was, during 2019, even back then, at the gas limit and the S load, which used to be less than what it is now, still only 2 max link stakes could have fit per block back when Hex was being developed. And that was why when you read the Hex audit, which everyone should read, one of the things that they noted, excessive gas for computation. The function calc payout reward calculates the payout iterating daily shares for the duration of the stake. It can iterate up to max stake days time. Currently, max stake days is defined as 18,200 days, around 50 years. This function is not accessible to users, but internally it is called to close a stake from end stake or good accounting. Running out of gas will cause the user to be unable to close a stake. Fail to close a stake will cause the owner to lose funds on late penalties. The following table shows a simulation of minimum cost to execute the function with both a contract compiled with optimizations and without. So iteration days, and then the gas optimized, which is what it is. For the current max stake days of 18,200, the unoptimized contract requires at least 14.6 million gas. At the current block gas limit is 8 million. It will fail to execute, and the optimized contract requires above 7.1 million gas. Since 7.1 million gas is too close to the current block gas limit of 8 million, we suggest to lower the limit max stake days to a more reasonable value. For example, 10 years, around 3640 days. The Hex team is aware that it's possible that future changes to Ethereum blockchain might affect the gas computation of some operations. We understand that currently this is not an issue, but we wanted to raise awareness so the Ethereum community reach an agreement that satisfies all the parties involved. At commit this, due to opcode repricing included in the Istanbul fork, max stake days was lowered to 5555 days, approximately 15 years. So, the ETH does have a history of increasing that, and but even still, like at that time, what it was lowered to, still was quite close to having a single hex stake filling the blocks. And now that it's even higher, had Ethereum not increased this block limit, max link stakes wouldn't have been feasible to end. No one's would. Like, you couldn't even fit it in the block. And so the merge has nothing to do with that. So the merge has really nothing to do with how the smart contracts operate. It has to do with how the blockchain determines what is a block and in what order the blocks go in. And the order of the transactions in the blocks. We're shifting from proof of work to proof of stake. It kind of goes without saying to people that are in crypto, but proof of work, it's right. So right now, there are proof of work coins like Bitcoin, Doge, and Litecoin, which they do something called merge mining, where like Litecoin miners are also mining Doge. And proof of work, what you're basically doing is it's like you're rolling a dice with 2 to the 256 sides, and then you're submitting that number. And if the number that you submit is combined with the number on the previous block, and when you pass that through an equation called SHA-256, if the resulting number starts with the set number of zeros, it's literally like you're guessing. It's like you have chopsticks, and with a blindfold on, you reach out into anywhere in the universe, and you need to grab a grain of rice. And if you grab a grain of rice and you look closely at that rice, and there's 20 zeros in a row on that grain of rice, then you have guessed the magic number, and you get to publish the next block. And the reward you get is the block reward. So in Bitcoin, that block reward is decreased from 50, 25, 12.5 to 6.25, which is what it is now, right? I think that's right. We've had 50 to 25, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, so we've got 3 happenings. So I think that's it. I've been so far out of the Bitcoin game that I don't even care about that anymore. Funny how that works. Funny how Hex kind of takes over your life. But so that's what these blockchains, how they used to operate. And so the people that would be doing that are called the miners, and the most competitive miners are the people that can procure the cheapest power and have access to the cheapest electronics that are used for performing this computation. And so they have these special machines where the only thing they do is guess for magic numbers. And so the mining, where, you know, based on that, it actually has a lot of benefits. One is that it's something that anyone can do anywhere in the world. And it's almost like the mining equipment just seeks out cheap power and then can plug into the network. So it actually makes for a really decentralized and robust network. And that's why you've never really heard of an issue that has to do with the miners related to a blockchain. So proof of work has just kind of always worked. And it really just comes down to the culture of Bitcoin versus Ethereum, where Bitcoin would never get off proof of work. Like, never. It's like not even a question. Whereas Ethereum is, you know, it's a little bit different of a crowd. I mean, you just kind of look at the people involved, you can kind of tell, like, they're different. And so the Ethereum people are more than happy to get off the proof of work system. I think like the big psyop that the Ethereum people are doing on the world is that they're acting like they care about the environment, as if shifting this is going to actually do anything to save the environment. You know, the climate has been changing since the beginning of time. Like, climate is a dynamic thing, and it's based on the circumstances in that moment. And it has always been changing, and it always will be changing. I think that more lately, people have figured out that fear of climate is something that you can use to control others and suppress others. And so that's one thing that is also constant, is that humans love to suppress each other. They love using positions of power to apply suppression and to make it so that the people in charge get what they want, and it comes at the expense of the people not in charge. So I think the Ethereum crowd, that's like the big psyop, is they're tricking all these climate people like, oh, we're doing this for the climate, when what they're really doing is they're making it so that the largest ETH holders are the ones who are in charge of producing blocks, and not the miners, who are just people all over the world who really aren't that big of ETH holders. Yeah, they have ETH because they earn it from mining, but they pay a lot for it because of the, you know, electrical costs, the cost of operating these machines, and those, you know, and now those people are just kind of, they're out of a job. You know, they had a nice gig, and then now it's all gone, because now, rather than anybody in the world being able to plug in and produce blocks and contribute to the security of the network and the operation of the network, now you're relying on the, I think, 32 largest ETH holders. What could go wrong? So I think it's it is kind of a big psyop, you know, but it's their network, and, you know, they commandeered it, and that's just kind of the reality of it. And that's something like that. What I don't necessarily like about the move to proof of stake is that when there was proof of work, there kind of was a separation of power, where it wasn't like the people that have an advantage mining are not the people writing the code, and they're not the people with the most ETH. And so now that it's moving to proof of stake, the block production is being monopolized by the people with the most ETH. So there's, I think, a big change in, you know, separation. You know, there used to be separation of power in that sense, but now there's not. And you know, they commanded that power, and people were just going with it, because people will kind of do whatever Vitalik says, you know, and that's just the reality of it. And so, you know, it's like the chessboard has been changed. It's like it went from like a game of checkers, and now it's like being merged into a game of Chinese checkers. And, you know, that's just the reality we find ourselves in, you know, because what else are you going to do? And so rather than shy away from that, you know, we will showcase our resilience. And luckily, you know, our contracts aren't necessarily affected. Perhaps the fees to use the networks may go up, because, you know, why else would you make a big change so that you can commandeer the operation of the network if it wasn't to make a buck. And like I've said before, the people behind Ethereum, they have no interest in making your fees go down. They want to increase scalability so they can charge the same high fee to more people. And I think that this merge where they're saying it's for the environment, but it's really just so that they can commandeer more power over the network. That's just part of their plan, which is a good business, works out. And it's, people will do whatever they can, and there's really nothing stopping them. So we have about an hour, and let's see what the countdown clock says. About an hour and 40 minutes until the merge happens. And who knows what kind of hell is going to break loose. Hopefully nothing. I don't think anything really, like nothing that impacts us it should happen. Perhaps, in the moments leading up to it and the moments leading out of it, there may be high fees just because there could be, well, at least like as it here. Let's look at Etherscan. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, fees are kind of high right now. Perhaps people just trying to get stuff in before before everything happens. Just kind of doing the last bit of business. Let's look at it. I mean, let's see. Smart contract merge. Smart contract merge. Back Ethereum. Ethereum, the largest blockchain network with smart contract functionalities, transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake. Once complete, all of Ethereum's network value, including ERC20 tokens and NFTs, will be secured via POS. ETH and ETH2, the beacon chain, are currently separate blockchains. End users of Ethereum applications like Uniswap and OpenSea are still interacting with the proof of work-based Ethereum mainnet. Eventually, the state of this change will merge with the proof of stake-based beacon chain and become a single shard of a smart contract-enabled POS-based Ethereum. Currently, two live and somewhat separate Ethereum chains, Ethereum mainnet and Ethereum beacon chain. ETH token holders who would like to stake ETH can deposit their ETH into a deposit contract, which acts as a one-way bridge between Ethereum mainnet and the beacon chain. Once this is done, ETH deposits cannot be withdrawn or transferred until after the merge is complete. At this time, ETH stakers are only earning rewards in the form of network inflation. This is because transactions are still being settled on the proof of work Ethereum mainnet. So let's see. The merge. Let's just see if we can change the ERC20. Who knows what if this is accurate, because it looks like it's just like regular news. But the upgrade will make the net transactions faster and will reduce energy usage by 99% as ETH moves from proof of work to proof of stake. Could lead to a hard fork. Even though a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges have suspended the trading of ETH and ERC20 tokens, investors can still access the tokens kept in hot and cold wallets. In case of a hard fork after the merge, investors will receive the same amount of the fork token on the new proof of stake chain that they presently own in the proof of work chain. In the case of a hard fork event, investors will then have an equal number of Ethereum tokens across two distinct blockchains. What will happen to the ETH-based DeFi products? In case of hard fork, staked ETH can remain staked. All right, this isn't helpful. see what this is about. Here's how the merge may put other tokens at risk. Yikes. Let's see if anything important here. Consider an ERC20 token backed by another asset. Which token is okay? So they're talking about things that are off-chain, but since our tokens are backed by other ERC20s, then we should just be just fine. All in all, you really don't have to worry. If you've already minted your team or the Perpetuals, you don't have to do anything. It is pretty cool that we were one of the last contracts to deploy to the ETH proof of work system. You know what? You should, if you haven't minted already, you should try to mint before it happens so that you can say you were of the last users of a smart contract on proof of work Ethereum. That's incredible. What a ride it's been. It's worked, at least since I've been around. It's worked flawlessly. Never had a problem. The only problem is that so many people want to use it that sometimes it's expensive. But hell, what a ride. Congratulations to the Ethereum network. I just got goosebumps thinking that we're one of the last contracts from this era. The pre-merge contracts. That's incredible. That's truly incredible. I feel like we're just living in this historical moment together. So congratulations to the proof of work team minters. Congratulations to the proof of work perpetual minters. There's two types of people on this earth. Those that minted their team via proof of work blocks and those that minted their team via proof of stake blocks. Which one are you? See what the chat says. I hope ETH doesn't get, Baba Guy says, I hope ETH doesn't get nervous and splurge before it's fully merged. Yeah, what happens if they regurge their splurge? Our brother Hex Love says, glad watching the merge with Dr. Dipcatcher. Thanks, man. I'm glad I'm watching it with you too. Baba Guy. Brown rice or white rice? White rice, easy choice. I know why ETH is moving to POS, so the globalists can take it down. They can't take down BTC. They want to prove DeFi is wrong to the general public and not allow DeFi to grow fast. ETH is now going to be monopolized by BlackRock's AI Aladdin. Yippee. Yeah, dude, you're honestly right. You're actually absolutely right. But we shall persist. We shall persist. Did you sell all your ETH? No, not touching anything. Ain't nothing but a thing. Maximum exposure. What up, playa? Do you anticipate a drop after mint phase similar to Hex day one drop? Thought about it. Like in the team price? Perhaps. I mean, like if people that minted teams just want to get out for whatever reason, like if they need cash, could go down. But something like 76% of the tokens are staked. And, but also, when the minting ends, there may be buyers that missed the minting. And since it had just been mintable at 1-to-1 rate, anything below that is a nice deal. So perhaps people because when we look at let's go to the dashboard. Look at all his MAXI on the sidelines. Look at all it. So like anytime, like if the price was to go down, do you think any of these people who had just minted at the 1-to-1 rate might want to fill that order? Because there's only so much that could be sold, right? I mean, because anyone who's staked if any of this becomes unstaked, they're going to experience a 3.69% penalty, and they're going to not be able to earn yield in that first year. There's only 9 million liquid team right now. It could be sold. And so, perhaps some portion of these people are going to sell. And there's 9 million liquid team. And there is 9 million MAXI dry powder amongst the top 20 or so minters. So there's it may be quite hard to sell, and because the hex, similar to hex day one drop, that was because there was a different rate on the first day to the second day. But still, it's like, there's so much absorbed, and it's like there was a fixed amount on the first day of hex. There was 1 billion hex mintable amongst all the ETH that went in that day. But since we have a flat rate across 21 days, and there's no like rush where like all the energy is just expended in one day, I don't think that we'll see something quite like that. We absolutely could see sellers right at the bat. If someone, what if they want to FOMO into some other shitcoin, or what if they, just need money? Then people absolutely could sell. But perhaps because it was just mintable for 1-to-1, anything below that is a nice deal that perhaps a new buyer steps in to take the place. Not much, man. Just biting my nails, waiting for the apocalypse. Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of like Y2K. Remember that? When everyone thought that like the world was gonna collapse, and then things just kind of kept going along. Weird this is actually happening. Yeah, I do get this weird feeling in my stomach about it. It doesn't really feel right to me, but it's not something I'm in control of, so we'll just keep pushing forward. And the mint phase bridges ET too. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. A sign of the times. Truly amazing. Like this is a historic moment. You're a legend. How can you manage to be online 24/7? Take care. Thank you for all your great work from Copenhagen. Thank you, Mego. I just do it because I'm really passionate about all this stuff. I feel like I'm being in service of many people, and that really drives me. So the more accessible I am, the more people I can help, and so that is why I'm online all the time. And because this is like my work, like I do, like my work is related to crypto, so like outside of all the hex stuff, and so I must be in the game, and this game does not ever turn off. This game doesn't even turn off when they're switching the network from proof of work to proof of stake. It just keeps going. Hope for the Y2K outcome. Expecting a sharp drop. Yeah, I know, but since everyone thinks it's going to happen, it's probably not going to happen. Because if everyone thinks it's going to happen, that means everyone already sold. Like, let's look at the ETH price. It's pretty wild that the Bitcoin price at the time of the ETH merge is just back to peak 2017. But let's look at the Ethereum. ETH. Yeah, I mean, everyone's known about this merge happening forever. And how many of these people were selling as preparing for the merge? A lot of coins that are currently on the Beacon chain are now going to be unlocked. But also, I think that the merge causes the ETH inflation rate to go down. But yeah, I mean, it absolutely could. I mean, we are in a bear, like, regardless of like this kind of like sell the news type event, like regardless of that, when we pull up the regression trend, you know, just like in the last year, we're in a downtrend. Kind of no matter where you slice and dice this, we are in a downtrend on ETH. So it's like already likely to be experiencing bearishness. We have key levels. So maybe like right here is a key level. Here, let's draw just rectangles. It's more of like a key range. So it's just like a particular level. Like this whole section is a key level that tried to fight through it, got rejected, and then now we're like settling below it. And at the same time, we have, if you just draw a single line right there, it's like, okay, gotta fight over that. But on the other hand, you know, we do have all this stuff working for us. Still on the weekly chart, so we can see the whole. You know, it's like in the short term, we're in a downtrend, but it's really not that like aggressive. I mean, relative to ancient prices, which, you know, who knows if it'll ever get there anymore, but you know, it's like, okay, we're connecting range to range or low to low. You know, it's like we're right there. So who knows? You know, it's pretty wild. And we're also, wow, that's pretty crazy. I guess I just haven't looked at the ETH chart like this in a while. We're also at this level. That's pretty insane that as we're leading into the merge, ETH is just back to prices it was at when it was like shockingly expensive. We are 1 hour and 23 minutes away. It could happen sooner though, or slower. But whatever happens, we'll be here. We have 37.95 million MAXI minted into team, 127, almost 128 million hex minted into pools. Let's tweet. We're gonna tweet that there is just under 28 million hex minted into the pools. These people are of the historical cohort of, how can I say this? This is a historic moment. This is a historic moment, as these are of the last ERC20 tokens to ever be minted on proof of work blocks. I am so grateful for experiencing this moment with you all. Or the merge happens in our Maximus, agate, or exposure, perpetual pools. It's a historic moment. Let's see what it has to say on Twitter. Wow, look at that fakey talk. Or StreamYard. Can I find StreamYard? I close it. Right. Hexlove asks, please strategize what BlackRock can and can't control on the blockchain. What's the worst thing they can do? Manipulate gas fees? Anything else? So if they're the ones running the chain, they choose what transactions go through. At least while they're the one, because there's like a validator rotation where it goes between validator to validator. So while they are the validator, who's logging blocks in that moment, they can censor you, because whoever's putting forth the block is the one that gets to control which transactions that were broadcast to the network go in and in what order. So BlackRock, being a trading firm, they're just probably going to milk the fuck out of people with what's called miner extracted value. So miner extracted value, it's a type of arbitrage that miners get to participate in, because they're the ones that get to order the transactions from the mempool into the block. And so what they do is they run scripts that look at all the transactions that people put forth. So these transactions are like, you know, swaps on Uniswap, stakes, everything. And they look for opportunities where they can insert their own transactions and make money. So if they see somebody that is making a big, massive order that's going to push the price up, they may just buy that coin before that, you know, where, like, because they're ordering transactions, like they'll just right before they do the big purchase, they'll just insert their own transaction and front run you. So BlackRock will probably just squeeze a lot of money out of users. And so, you know, kind of in response to that problem, you know, that there's probably going to be a lot of innovation around like different types of trading smart contracts that are more resistant to those types of attacks. It's kind of like this cat and mouse game where there's like ways that people kind of extract money out, and then that's a problem. And so a clever entrepreneur might come up with a solution to remediate that. But also, since BlackRock is, you know, likely involved with the U.S. government, if the government wants certain types of transactions to be shut off, they might go to BlackRock and say, hey, if you allow this smart contract transactions to go through, we'll kill you. They're the government, they can kill you, no consequence. So yeah, maybe this proof of stake thing isn't so good. Thoughts on ETH proof of work fork rumor going around? I hope it happens. I really do. I think what's different about now versus when the ETH Classic fork happened was that the back then when ETH Classic launched, there was no activity going. There's no DeFi, no NFTs, nothing. You know, it was just Ethereum pretty much, and some coins and things built on it, but mainly just Ethereum. And like the whole issue with Ethereum was because there was like a, not even an exploit, but just like a poorly designed contract that ended up being bricked. And so since like you could have fit everyone in Ethereum in a room at that time, they just, you know, rolled back the chain and you know, to save themselves. And that's what led to ETH Classic. Whereas, and that was more contentious on like a philosophical level, where some cohort of users thought that code is law, and that, if, you know, are these blockchains going to be permanent and immutable or not? And so that was the cause for the ETH Classic fork. And it wasn't that like ETH Classic had to be like organized to be produced. It's just like their solution to fix that was to just fork it. So ETH Classic was actually the original Ethereum. So it's called ETH Classic. And then the new Ethereum that we use today was the fork. What's different now is that it's actually built into the code that the network will shut off when the, like we showed on that other webpage, when the terminal difficulty, meaning when the total number of hashes that it took to get to where we are today. So it's like at a certain block is reached, that's when the network is like programmed to shut off. So it's not like they're forking away and creating a whole new network. It's just like the network will shift. And so it's not like they're creating a fork. So that's why the miners, I think, are leading this effort to do an ETH POW fork. And I hope they can pull it off. I really do. Because we'll get a copy of our assets on the type of network that has just worked forever. And perhaps they'll be worth something. Who's your highest profile follower on any social media? I will show you. That's you. So if they censor transactions based on government laws on yield stakes, absolutely could. They 100% could. This thing is country specific, but they can't censor pulse chain. Yeah, I mean, if they somehow were able to coerce the validators of pulse chain, then they absolutely could. Is Ethereum Classic also proof of work? Yes, Ethereum Classic is proof of work. And the same thing happened to Pulse. Definitely could. Each second that goes by, I am less and less of a fan of proof of stake. I feel like I've only liked it because I knew Pulse Chain was proof of stake, and I never thought about the implications. And now that I'm thinking about implications, I'm like, I don't know if this is such a good idea anymore. See, honestly, Richard should just make Pulse Chain the proof of work fork. System stake copy, proof of work, carry it on. That'd be pretty amazing. Probably have a better chance of doing it than the people that are trying to. Wow. What awesome timing. We have. These are the last blocks mined on proof of work. T-Squared says that it's easier to find and shut down a mining farm than a validator running on a laptop, at least. Yeah, I guess that's true. Definitely true. But I was talking to David yesterday on a live stream, and he actually said that it's actually a pretty sophisticated IT setup. It's not just a laptop. But that's what he said. I don't think this is good anymore. I figured if they fork ETH, they should do some sort of system to copy ePow Hex and ePow MAXI. Would that be possible? I hope so. Absolutely do. Here's what I said about it. So here on August 12th, about a month ago, I said, I'm really captivated by ePow Hex. We need bridge between ePow and PLS and bridge between ePow and EPOS. the hex two-headed dragon, EHEX PHEX, has now become a three-headed fire-breathing intergalactic dragon, EHEX EPOWHEX PX. This is a big deal. A three-headed cross-chain hexagon dragon could drive hex economy to many trillion-dollar market cap. 3 different network models connected via PLS markets makes for a very resilient economy with strong speculative stickiness. Let's retweet this. Let's recirculate this narrative. When he searched three-headed, here I am. Whenever sickness is coming on, I was replying to this guy. He's like, controversial take, McDonald's burgers actually taste amazing in disgusting way. I was like, whenever sickness is coming on, eat a double quarter pounder. Whatever factory farm grade, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal mystery juice in there will stop sickness in its tracks. Organic grass-fed is for times of peace. Three-headed factory farm mystery sludge for times of war. That's funny. That's hilarious. But yeah, that could be pretty incredible. Some type of EPOW MAXI, EPOW hex, EPOS MAXI, EPOS hex, P hex, P MAXI. What would that look like if we had three different networks with how many coins do we have? MAXI team, base trio, lucky DECI. So 6 of our coins, X, and we'll add the hedger in there because hedger is kind of related. We have 8 coins that are key to our ecosystem, and 8 coins all connected across all the different chains. Let's see if there's like a visualize node connection. So chord diagram generator. On guitar chords. Okay. Let's see how we should. Oh, wrong window. Let's see what that actually would look like. Okay, so we have undergraduate lecture. Okay, so we have, what would that be? So let's see. We need EHEX. Okay, we'll start with the EHEXs. So EHEX, X. So here, EHEX, EHEX, X, EHEX, 2, EHEX. So there's EHEX PHEX, and then there's EHEX 2, EPOW hex, and there's EHEX 2, EMAXI, EHEX 2, E team. Stupid already. EHEX PHEX, EHEX PHEX, EHEX to EMAXI team. I have E base, E trio, E lucky, E DECI. Okay, and that's just part of them. So now, okay, so this is 1, 1, 1. Oh, these are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So EX to 1, 1, 2. Okay, we're not even going to add a hedge in there just because it's too many. So now we also have EX to. Now this whole cohort now is P. So there's no double P POW hex. Now we have P MAXI, team, base, trio, P lucky. Oh god. We may have to write this in Python to do this. Because you basically have to recreate this with all the other ones. Okay, let's just see what happens. Oh god. Should we do it? Should I? All right, guys, we're going to waste time here. We are going to build a. Oh, that's a new one. That's a new one too. Wow. Anvil has new templates. Look at that. Okay, so coins equals, we have EX, P, EPOW X. Okay. Here, why don't we do this a little bit easier? So we have, let's do prefixes equals E, and EPOW. Have tokens equals X, MAXI, base, trio, lucky, SC, team. Okay, so now all tokens equals blank for E. Okay, so it's going to be so all tokens equals P for P and prefixes. And so here this is going to be E plus P for P and tokens, or P and prefixes. E dot P, maybe? Oh, no, there's two of these. I need P plus T. Now let's just do alert tokens. Let's see if that works. Okay, so we have eHex, eMAXI, eBase, eTrio, eLucky, eDECI, eTeam, pHex, pMAXI, pBase, pTrio, pLucky, eDECI, pTeam. Okay, so those are our things we've got so far. Okay, I'm going to do this because I don't want these to be in their own thing. So we're just going to do all tokens equal blank. And then so for P in prefixes, for P in tokens, all tokens dot append P plus P. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's see. Okay, so we know what that's going to be. So now let's say for T and all tokens, now we need to make all the combinations and we need to match this format. So let's just do a little format. So F equals, this is the text format. So blank, comma, blank, comma, 1. So for T, and then now we need to do, so this is going to be text equals that. We're going to say text, so for T and all tokens, and then for this in all tokens, so we're going to move through all the tokens, and then if blank not equal to T, we're going to say text dot append f dot format T comma blank. Let's just do text plus equals. Then let that as mine here. And then we're going to say alert text. Let's see if that works. We should see is a list of all of these. Yep. eHex, eMAXI, eBase, eTrio, eLucky, all the way through. Oh yeah, is this a problem? That is hilarious. Yep, that's exactly what I'm for. So let's take paste it here. So combination. There you have it, folks. This is what. Are we missing anything? Team. We didn't have team. We didn't have team. We got a team. We forgot. Oh no, we did. We did. Team's in there. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so great. Look at that. hashtag pulse chain, hashtag Ethereum, hashtag the W Ethereum. How funny is that? Is this real life? This is real life here. Pulse chain certainly needs beefier hardware to set parameters. Fingers crossed they're all imaginary horrors and just the time decentralization prevails. Yeah, that's the only way to find out. That to be wild. Fingers crossed. It's almost guaranteed those GPU mining are not going to go to waste. That's for sure. Yeah. Can you imagine the liquidity period diagrams for all those coins? Yeah, dude, we just made it. We had to write a script for it. There was no way I was going to be able to type all these out. That's so funny. That is so cool, too. That is so funny. Oh, that looks cool. That looks really pretty. Rainbow, red, black. That looks like that's pretty wild. Pastel. I kind of like the rainbow. There you have it, folks. If it's going to proof of stake network, but it's the existing stakes don't carry over, what is it going to be based off? You mean the staking of ETH? Well, the staking that happens on that's like a whole new thing, and I think that's actually been going on the Beacon chain. So I think the Beacon chain has already had the ETH staking ongoing. Are people who minted team on ETH POW actually going to benefit more than people who didn't? Yeah, you will live in it, and you will know that you minted your team on a proof of work chain. So you will have an inherent advantage over others. But will tell the street keepers don't they get an extra copy? Yes. So yeah, that's a good point. You will get an extra copy if the fork was to happen right here. ETH on a proof of stake with the existing stakes not carrying over. What is the value based off of bond or cash? Well, there's currently not stake ETH on the fork chain. All the staking is happening on the Beacon chain. Peppy says you're on a roll with the live stream. Just get some free stuff on your other passion. Hey man, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I suppose, but if you just have your MAXI still and you get that copy, you POW, yeah. That is beautiful art. It is. It really is. Indeed, beautiful art. Tweet. Powerful art. I bet we have some shit poster in the replies like, What a historical moment. It's incredible. We have this minting phase ongoing. We're truly one of the last DeFi products of this era. I feel this new energy amongst all of us. You know, the world is changing all around us, and we continue to persist. That's really powerful. I am just cracking up with this. That's fucking awesome. This is incredible. Not only did we launch 6 tokens this year, we launched 18. Oh, yeah. How forth action happens. Not only did Maximus DAO launch 6 awesome high yield tokens this year, we launched 18. EPOW lucky. I'm bullish EPOW lucky. Yeah, I said it right here, guys. So we're gonna have P-Hex, E-Hex, and EPOW Hex. I will always treasure my EPOW Hex. It will always be a strong competitor versus Bitcoin as a pure store value. Progress of Pueblo says, that's a lot of combinations. It's safe to say the future's bright. We just got to be around for it. Huh? That's right. We got to eat good meat, eat good fruit, get good sleep, be kind to others, be around those that are kind to us, serve others, and just have a good time. Was that a Carlos Matos quote I heard? Hey. What's up? Ethereum merge! He says it looks like the center of all levels of consciousness surrounding it to create. Yeah, that's right. G-Way is 7 right now. That's good. That's good. Every time I look, you're streaming. Yeah. You know, with this launch coming up, it's like I just always feel like I need to be here for you guys to answer questions, and I have a great time doing it, and I feel like we're putting out a lot of really good information. So this is my duty to be here for you. Up and to the right. Don't think I'll be staking my upcoming hedger and want more team. You know what's going on. Good choice. Maxi can start. Will there be ETH POW network settings and ETH POS network settings in MetaMask? Hope so. I told my wife, she said, "Oh, no, that's a scam." That's funny. Guys, just got off twerk. Thanks for the stream. Dude, you gotta change your name, man. This is wild. High fashion. Peppy says, you actually have been giving amazing information and many nuggets. Things many haven't even thought about yet. Abundance of value here. Like and subscribe all. Yes. Like and subscribe, everybody. And thank you. And it means a lot that you're absorbing this information. You know, it's pretty funny because I used to do these live streams and you kind of see in my face sometimes I was kind of sad because there would literally be no one watching. And I felt like I was sharing some good information back then, really high value information. Everyone that watched my streams in 2020 had outstanding performance, all 17 views. You know, I'm giving critical information like buy Hex, but don't worry about staking it. The price can go up a lot, and so you might want it to be able to sell. So, you know, a lot of good information back then, and I try to carry that forth today. I feel like now I have even more good information and more good stuff to share than I did in the past. So I'm glad that you're here with me. I'm officially a POW team staker now, due in part to your comments. Been on my to-do list since launch. Thank you for push. Yeah. Welcome. We have that power. See, there's something about, I think part of why I like proof of work is just because there's something magical about somebody out there using a special computer to guess a random number between 0 and 2 to the 256 that so perfectly aligns with the prior magic number that someone had guessed minutes before, that when combined in the SHA-256 equation produces a number with a bunch of zeros at the start. There's something magical about that. What do we do? Get like that alone should be enough to keep proof of work. Like it's truly incredible. Like it's magic. Like what are we getting rid of magic? Now it's just like, okay, cool. The guy with the big ETH bag gets to choose the block. No magic. There's no magic involved. Just, okay, validator rotation. You're up, dude. Hey, rich guy, you're up. Boring. EPOW for life. Oh no, it's happening. Is it the end of the world? Really happening in crypto? Is this ETH merge is changing now? Where do I buy high gas fees? Bring on rip off ETH POW high gas fees. I mean, if you want to write to a permanent blockchain, it's going to be expensive no matter where you go. there are other people that also want to be riding there. So it really comes down to just being smarter with your funds and knowing how to mitigate the gas fees. So number one way that you can mitigate gas fees experienced as a hex staker is to stake in the pools. You can do that at perpetuals.maximus.cash. Learn more at maximusdao.com. Staking these pools, it amplifies your yield through the bigger place better bonus. You experience over 99% gas fee savings, which really adds up the longer the stake is. And you have the benefit of being able to sell your token whenever you want. So 3 awesome value propositions, greatly simplifies the hex staker experience, but most importantly, keeps more money in your pocket due to the gas fee savings. Debbie says, these perpetuals make onboarding more easy for me. I don't have to try to explain gas terrorism anymore. It was hard on more people. Oh yeah, very difficult. And it's also just easier because it's an easier user experience. Hexless says, win first team payment. How much? So after the base stake ends, that'll probably be the smallest one ever. It'll probably only increase because, just like with, them all launching at once now, there's competition for, there's like DECI was eating into a lot of it, and that payout's 10 base stake. That's 10 years of yield in one in year 10. But so this first base stake will probably be the smallest payout ever. That'll come in about 369 plus 11 days from now. So about 380 days. And that will only become clear at the end of the minting phase. You should be able to calculate with pretty high certainty what that first team payout's going to be. And then after that, year 2 will also just be only a base stake, unless maybe one day you wake up, there's a 2-year stake ready to mint. But as of now, for the contracts you can trust the guarantee will pay into team, there will be a base stake payout that year. And then that'll probably be a little bit bigger than the current one, but smaller than the 3rd year, which contains a base payout, a trio payout, which is 3 years in one, and the first installment of the MAXI rebate. So year 3 is the first big pay year. And then it'll just kind of go from there. So we'll check in at what that team payout is going to be in that first year as we get closer. Debbie says, and I've learned lots here with you, DC. It's like I understand the mechanics more clear and detailed. I'm benefiting for sure. We may have similar outlook and viewpoints or speak the same language. Yeah, I feel like, Google says ETH merge in 2 hours. Let's see. Is this the one that you're looking at? Oh no. One hour and 16 minutes, so it says. And the reason why is because it's when it reaches terminal total difficulty. But as we're closing in, there are ETH miners that are probably turning off their machines. So you see this gas price going up. See if we can see the Ethereum block gas normalizer. This will be interesting to watch. So guys, this is why the fees are high. Look at this. Oh wait, you can't see. In case you're wondering why it's expensive to use the blockchain, here's why. So here is these various applications. So we have Tether, OpenSea, MakerDAO, DAI, USDC, 1inch, Uniswap, Sheeb, MetaMask, Compound, OX, or is that Tornado Cash? Curve, Chainlink. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Sushi Swap. Is that Bancor? Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. This is Bancor, I think. CryptoKitties. Don't know what that is. Rareable. Something else. Okay, think about this, guys. So they're loading up the bus. See, these are all the people that can load up on it. When a max length stake happens, only 2 people can fit in the bus. They should add hex in here. Because that's literally what's happening. It's like all of these transactions can fit in this block. But just like imagine that. Only 2 can fit 2 max length stakes per block. So that's why it's so expensive. Look at all these people. Look at them. Look at them. It doesn't even end. Oh yeah, that's lost. It may not actually end. Let's see. No, it's still refreshing. So that is why the fees are so high. So are people who mint the team and or any of the perpetuals going to get a third copy? POS, POW, and eventually postal copies? Yeah, so if it actually happens, they probably will. This website is txstreet.com// So when's best to touch the network again, given the amount of stuff? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be fine within a couple minutes. All this works. Who knows if it actually works? It's a lot of traffic. Just bought ETH to buy MAXI first attempt. Fail. Price is 0 now. Link in GWA. That's good. See, if you pay 44 GWA, you can cut the line. 25 GWA to look at that. Look at all these people. Oh wow, you actually click on these people and you see what the transaction is. That's cool. That is really cool, guys. So what's the estimated block? Makes you want to be a miner. Well, ETH is getting rid of miners now that maybe there's an opportunity with the POW. Hexlove asks, what makes Hexlove asks, what makes Hex a holy cow and no one has been successful at forking out with modifications? So early on, people tried, but they just failed. And part of what makes Hex is just the kind of like crazed community that we're all part of. And it's very hard to recreate that. Because like the code isn't the hard part, you know, and there's certain things that are just like hard to recreate, like when it launched, like the timing of that. You can't recreate. I mean, a big part of why Hex really became into such a behemoth was because a single buyer in April of 2020 drove the price up with $1 million purchase, just drove the price up and staked it for 10 years. So, and that person had Ethereum from the Genesis block. So things like that are just hard to recreate, you know, because there's so many coins out there. So it is hard to compete. People certainly have tried. You want to see the price chart of something that they were going to compete by cloning Hex and getting rid of the OA? Yes. Yeah, it's like showing off. This coin, their whole sales pitch was, we're Hex but better. There's no OA, and the liquidity is locked, because they were just saying, oh, Richard's going to rug you. So they're like, we're going to lock our liquidity in this liquidity pool, and there's no OA. Join us. This is literally their price chart. So it is very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. TX3 is kind of fun. Haven't looked at it in a while, though. Had my 32 ETH set aside, but the penalty scared me. Now I just use it for gas. Yeah. You're going to need 32 ETH then, your max length stake. Quadruple black diamond. Yeah. Like, how can you possibly... Like, I've never seen a chart that looks like this. Like, how can that possibly be a thing? That's just stupid. Core-wise, they tried. Technicals sell. Yeah, this is crazy to watch whenever there's like craziness going on, and then it looks like this person had staked and then All Lycosa liquid holders stake their liquid, we'd all be whales. Tria still have. Why can't I look at that? Maybe they deleted the thread? Thank you, Dipcatcher. All better wait until the sea calms. No need to stress. No stress at all. Let's explore this new anvil format. Wow, look at that. Yes. Colors. No. It works. Pepsi's, Glen. Maximus diamond hands. Maximus. Let's see what we can get. See if we even want to use this. They're nice buttons. The color scheme actually. What the cards look like. Maybe this. Outline card. Oh, this has some nice new components. Outline book. And we have outline text box. That is nice. Default text box. Okay, that's kind of nice. Really cool. Sorry, I think that's sidetracked there. Switching the computer in a minute. Mine says 11 minutes and it's a boom. Time for ETH POW. Do you think miners will be trying to nuke the merge? You think gas will be cheap? I'll hold off to get my perpetuals. More shopping between Saturday myself and my mistake. And lots more team. There you go. You're making a 5-5 pool. We think it would be a good time to launch it anyway, but it's just high endings. Honestly, I don't know if we ever will make a 5-5 pool. It's kind of like, what's the point? Like a 13-year pool would be awesome, I think. We can do a long one. It's like there's kind of no need. There's a risk that what if they shrink the blocks? So, I think that there's so many max link stakes ending that I'd probably want to launch a long-term pool that ends in like front run all these people. Mic just got wrecked. What? What's wrong with the mic? What mic? My mic? What happened? See, look, now it's filling up. I think it's not that bad. If people are still minting, let's watch the team ether scan. Gonna find out. I ended up just finding it by searching Maximus. Looking at the largest holder. Wow, he's crossed 13%. Look at all these minters. Look at you guys go. $128 million pooled as of about 4 minutes ago. This refreshes every 5 minutes. DECI in the lead. Yeah, I think since Lucky may be the smallest one, they'll probably run the highest premium because there'll be less supply. If a lot of people are joining Lucky for the Diamond Hands game, then could be quite high premium. Yeah, spreadsheet to record all your transactions. I find it confusing how to track DECI as a buys ETH, USD, and MAXI. So I like using Zapperify. So if you go to here, let's just take, for instance, let's take our largest guy. This is the largest team minter. Let's go to Zapper.fi. This person has, oh my god, this person has a huge bag of PLSD. Maybe they have their hedge and stake, is why they don't have much. And I don't think it has a price feed per team yet, so it doesn't appear. But here you can have like this whole history. Oh my god, look at them. They went 2 million in base, trio, lucky, DECI, and team. He's a big guy. You can download the CSV here. Let's see what that looks like. Yikes. Okay. Let's see if it's. Alright. I was expecting it to be easier to deal with, but it's not at all. Not even close. Yeah, I mean, just use Etherscan. 38 million. What is going to happen? 53 minutes. Is what it says. Blocks are still filling up. So, I wanted to search team token address. Wow, look at all that. Look at all that minting. Mic is on. What's the best way to discuss strategy for making retirement perpetual? Just ask in the chat. Go to the t.me/Maximus DAO. Where you get that beat, it sounds pretty dope. It's literally the default in StreamYard, the app I use for doing the live stream. It just has a handful of different music options that you can just play. Hold on a sec. My wife's like, I'm going to bed. Are you still going to be streaming? I was like, yeah, 53 minutes till merge. All right, guys, one sec. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. ETH merge. Hey, Frank, hello, ETH. POW, it's sucking everyone's energy. It's upgrading from using nuclear power plants to using Tesla cars and solar panels to charge their gas. Network backed by desalination plant. When is this merge happening? Where to merge at? This episode is sponsored by Tangelos. Feature Tangelos, you guys. I'll show you now. Team. Corman Investing says, seems like the community is more focused on hedge at ICOS and almost up big on team. Yeah, it's a huge blessing. I'm actually so thankful that a lot of people are just kind of overexposed right now to other things, because the wealth transfer has got to come from somewhere, and that is a strong source. Peppy gets it. I think a big part of it is people were just so bored, and that there's just like so much to think about over there that they felt like they were able to do something that other people couldn't figure out. But then when you think about it, it's really just transferring money directly from the small hex holders to the biggest hex holders, which directly benefits all the stake poolers. So there's kind of no complaining here. Let's keep lead. I don't think I'm gonna make this. Diamond hands. It's actually pretty important. This thing says the merge has been designed to have minimal impact on smart contract and dApp developers, but there are a few things devs may want to be aware of heading into the merge. Merge comes with changes to consensus, which also includes changes related to block structure, slot/block timing, opcode changes, sources of on-chain randomness, and concept of safe head and finalized block. So what that means is that applications that leverage these things may be impacted, but what people were saying, I didn't verify this myself, but that Hex isn't impacted by any of these things, and we are not either, and so it should just work. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if this changes how Hex impact or measures today. Block timestamp minus launch time 1 day. God, that's annoying. Kudesh says, how are you finding the response from other projects' founders? Nice score on Pulse Hot List. What? Here we go. Why'd we get only a 96? Very well-known project and founder. Battle-tested, auto-available, and stake function on mainnet will only be tested in 15 years. Not that before the end of 15 years, stakeholders MAXI have no redemption possibility for Hex. That's cool. I didn't even know that. I'm looking at the Pulse Hot List now. You ranked. I don't know why we're behind. They gave Hedron a 97 rank and West 96 when we're helping reduce fees and Hedron is only increasing fees for everyone. So I think we deserve 100. 100 out of 100 for us because we're saving Hex while everyone else is trying to DDoS attack Hex. Did catch your note? The projected merge time continues to fluctuate. If you have visited the time before, please clear browser cache for accurate estimate. Let's see what. Minutes. I'm tired, guys. I am tired. Jesus. What's this dude talking shit to GRC for? So many people just love talking shit. Pepe says this Maximus DAO ecosystem is the best thing ever created as an add-on for the Hex product. It just empowers Hex in the people's bags. Genius creations are always made with simplicity and efficiency. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Uncle Will says I got 32 minutes on my computer. Did crypto market lose 1 trillion today? Maybe. And yeah, I'm gonna eat pal. You're slowing down my PC just watching these pop-ups where Professor Golkey at the beach eating pizza serving with whale. Take a lesson there, huh? My guess me. I think I should mint my head from pre-POS. Again, what's happening? 29 minutes now on CoinMarketCap side. What's doing how merge really? I thought this was smooth merge unless we're ahead and sitting here. Yeah, thanks for the fun thought. I open the worst case RH as a backup snapshot, launching pulse chain with that. Then could be good. I still have 2 hours left to go through his previous live stream. Tried following while working. Sub to catcher. Zapper says 29 minutes. Get some rest, my friend. Recharge your body. Yeah. Well, I do want to make sure everything runs smooth on our dApps when it happens. Should we send Hexo a super chat? I just went on Hexo's stream. Let's see what he says. That was nice what he said about Maximus DAO. That was cool. He said we're innovating. He said he hasn't minted the tools yet, but he's going to. Where can I find your background music? So this background music is from the StreamYard default. So let's see if we can go to that same site. He's 38 minutes. So it says 161 more blocks. So it says 161 blocks. So that would put us at 7, almost 7,400. All right, what can we do in 30 minutes that'll move the ball forward? Pool addresses, get pool addresses. I'm just getting pool addresses. User. Penalty. Okay, so we can read from that. Hexlove asks, do you play any musical instruments? So I don't, but Golki and I have actually made some music before. Do you want to hear it? Hexlove, if you're still in the chat, I'll play a song that Golki and I recorded about 4 years ago. We've got 20 minutes left until total terminal difficulty. Gas price inching up a little bit, not bad. Let's see if people are still minting their team. So last time this was checked was at 512 UTC. Let's refresh. $128,302,000 hex pooled in these pools. Total team minted 38 million. 7.65 million MAXI to be burnt. 316 or 11.47 MAXI to be issued in years 3, 6, and 9. 19.12 MAXI going to the mystery box. It's pretty crazy. This is the peak ETH supply. Burn. We know all about the burn. It's a pretty cool website, to be honest. Should we mint some team just to as a last hurrah? Hex Love is still here, so you guys get to hear a song that Gold King I made. It's called Saturday Morning.
All the way we going, we be rolling, up there flowing, go till the morning, cause we all in, never tired of balling, got the highway walling, yeah I own it, all the way we going, we be rolling, up there floating, flow till the morning, no sign of slowing, cause it's the moment. And we was chosen, we was chosen.
Yeah, I wake up like a king. Wake her ass up, she snoring. What time is it? That shit was lit, but who the fuck keeps calling? I roll over, oh shit, it's midday. But then I laid back and say, what you say, man? It's Saturday. Oh shit. It's Saturday. Might roll one, might hold one. It's Saturday. Okay. It's Saturday. Hey, hit him up. It's Saturday. All right. Let me call you back. Oh, man. Might be the best day of the week. Sunday's pretty cool, too. Friday feels good. But Saturday, man. Do whatever you want. You go. You go slow. Or you can blow slow.
That was a song we made October 13th, 2018. That's what we were doing before Hex. If Hex never came out, we'd probably be professional musicians by now. Yet Hex consumed our lives. We recorded one other song, and it was good. I'd say that it didn't come together like that one did. We basically recorded that in one take on iPhone headphones, and so we like recorded it where like there's a point in it where you hear me laughing because I hadn't heard his part of it, and then he just does it. It's like, wake up like a king, wake her ass up, she's snoring, and I'm like, you hear me laughing because we're literally, he has one in one ear, I have one in my ear, and because we're literally doing our, it's like we each wrote our verse and then we were recording it and we were sharing the little microphone on the iPhone headphones. It was just so funny. We did it in one take, and then we did the one take, and then all those little ad libs Golki did on the just layered that in there, and then we just finished it. So it took about, I think we started playing the beat like the day before, and then we just recorded it in about like 10 minutes, and it just came out so awesome that it's hard to recreate. We made another one. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I think Golki has it on his phone or something. That one's also good. I think that one has, it's like, there's more to the lyrics. But it just didn't, I mean, I don't know if we could ever recreate Saturday Morning. There's just something special about it. Working on a Maximus DAO track. What's that going to be? And there's a third one that I wrote a verse to, and then like we just never, because by then we don't live in the same town anymore, so we can't just go and record. Hexlub, where can we see your music? We have 11 minutes. 48 blocks. Golki, to answer your question about Exostream, I did a super chat about like 30 minutes ago, and I was like, "Did you mint in the Maximus DAO stake pools?" And he was like, "I have Maxi, but I haven't done these pools yet. But I really like what you guys are doing. You guys are innovating." And then he kind of went on to talk about it. So we have to screenshot that video. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. We're gonna look up. What did you say it was? Electron digit. Maximus Records. Are we about to launch a record label? Goki, where can I find that other song we made? I don't have it anywhere. The other song that I Oh my god, it may not be on here anymore. $46 blocks. So what? It's going to be on block. We're 999. The merge is happening, guys. You know what I'm going to do? 9 minutes left. I'm in some team. We're going to mint some team right now. For old time's sake. We're going to mint. I need to keep some MAXI for a giveaway, so we're going to mint 789 MAXI. This will be my last transaction on a proof of work blockchain, possibly ever. You know, except for if there's an EPOW. So here, we're going to give you a little tutorial of how to mint team. So first, you choose the amount of MAXI that you want to mint, and then you have to approve that amount of MAXI. This lets the team contract interact with that MAXI. So there's no way around it. You have to do this. So while we wait for this to be approved, we shall just sit here. This is nerve-wracking. The gas is ratcheting up. Maybe the blocks are going slower as people are leaving. 31 blocks to get this in. Okay. Looks like we have it. Approved. Now we shall mint. Let's see what the gas is. $2, not bad. How about that, you guys? Okay, so you just click mint and then you wait. All right, we got our team. Now we're going to go stake it as our last action on proof of work Ethereum. The end of an era, we're paying $3.79 in gas to stake our team. What a ride it's been. Shout out to EPOW. Never had a problem. The only problem was that so many people love it and use it that it was expensive to use, but it's not even expensive to use anymore. The end of an era, beginning of a new era. So happy that our contracts get to be in their minting phases throughout this historical time. We are the last users of Ethereum proof of work. And that is amazing. That just shows that this Maximus movement, we just carry forth from the old generation into the new. And I'm so grateful to be doing that with all of you. 27 blocks left. 25 blocks left. About 5 minutes. Gas price going up. I don't see confirmation. Confirmation right there. We did it, guys. Wait, did the merge happen? Happen? Five minutes left. 20 blocks. Let's see what's going on here. Look at all these people loading up the last blocks on ETH POW. What could go wrong? Guess there's only one way to find out. As we wait. 17 blocks remaining. $15 remaining. It says we are at 100%. We've reached the target. Three minutes remaining. A lot of people trying to get in. Look at that. Everyone wants to get in these last blocks. You know what we're going to try to do? Think we can? No. Whatever. We just did. We're in the last couple blocks. I've tried to do this before where you get in on the last block and you don't get in. 11 blocks remaining. Gas price ratcheting up. People wanting to log the last bit of information to the ETH blockchain. You see, look at those people. Is it here? 10 blocks left. Currently offline. No way. Everyone's rugged. 1 minute remaining, so it says. One 5 373. Did it happen? Have we merged? Five predictions. Did the merge happen? We are now on proof of stake. Looks like it happened. Merged 16 seconds ago. Let's see if we can. Let's try to mint some more team. Let's make sure this works. What could go wrong? Okay, I mean, we must be working or reading from our node. So let's mint 100 team. $6 gas fee. The fuck? $6 approval. 49 GWay. Gas instantly went up, as everyone does what I'm doing and testing out their products. 78 GWay. 88 GWay. Okay, our transaction went through before the GWay ratcheted up. Let's mint our team. Dear God, $15. Well, how about that? Looks like it just worked. GWay 106. 24 ETH has been burned. And looks like it just worked. Let's make sure we can stake our team. Make sure no funny business over here. It's working for another $14 gas fee. Thanks, Vitalik. All right. Well, all right. Looks like it worked. Yep. All right, guys. I think we're in the clear. That was so non-eventful. How non-eventful is it? We're over here projecting the world's gonna come to a crashing burn. All right, let's let everyone know. All right. Always test the perpetuals for good measure. Let's meet some lucky. Lucky meet some love. $6.75 to approve. Oh my god, I don't even have gas in this wallet. I didn't even have enough gas. don't even have gas to send the hex. All right. Rather than doing this, we're just going to go and look to see if our looks like gas is coming down. Let's see. Try that. Let's just see if we see these numbers creeping up. So 128, 302, 369, 128, 322, 869. Okay, so it's at least gone up. It should ratchet up here. In the next minute, we should see a new reading. Because it goes every 5 minutes. So 322, 869. Go team. That's right. Team for life. So close. Go DeFi. The products are timeless. Thank you. Yes, we made it. Check gas prices. BlackRock did it again. Breaking my heart. That's what I know. Put the cake. There goes our freedom. Yay for centralization. That's actually what I got into crypto for, for centralization. Let's see if this worked. 647. We should have a new reading by now. GA gas. Unreal. I just sent some gas to myself. Let's see if we can. No, I want to go to Perpetuals. All right, we're gonna make some lucky. All right, so we went through. There we go. All right. So 'Be wild that it just worked, at least for now. Nothing too crazy. Two more weeks. All right, guys. Well, here's the key takeaway. I'm gonna be getting off now. Let's see what. OMG. ETH power red pill. ETH POS blue pill. Now centralized banks will let customers stake JP Morgan, B of A. Mystery box legal fund. Pay attorneys to fill out forms. Don't fight the laws. Comply with the laws. Yeah, you really have to. Hexographer, what's up, dude? Liquidity says goodnight all. Mrs. Tonto deserves her husband back after back-to-back live streams. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, with that, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you, Liquidity. You know what's best for me. So we successfully watched the merge happen, tested to make sure that the team and the Perpetuals still work, which they do. And then we made this awesome graphic that shows what could happen if we have our EX, PX, and then now if there's actually this EPOW chain, what happens there? And with that, I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Night crew, night y'all. Has lots of laugh. Peace out. I'll talk to you guys soon.